Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. Today is an Ask B Wiley video. If you're just tuning into my channel, my name is Coach B Wiley. I am a dating and relationship coach. I do I give information all about dating, relationship, breakup, and communication issues. So, if you need some advice, from like a Dear John or Dear Janet letter, I am your channel. So if you like content like that, guys, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Today is all about this young lady asking me for advice about her 2-year relationship. So it says, I am in a 2-year relationship right now, but I'm still bothered about my past relationship since there wasn't any closure. Should I message that person for clarity to move on? Sorry, guys, I still got a list. I got my retainers in right now, so if it's a little lispy, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. All right, so she's in a 2-year relationship, but she is bothered. Number one, hold on a second. It's been 2 years and you still bothered. Like, why do us ladies, some of us, hold on to things for so long? And not just ladies, people in general can hold on to stuff like they're crazy. They hold on to something from 10 years ago. Like, you gotta let it go. Like, if it didn't like do you like physical harm, or even if it did, like, you're going to have to let it go. You're gonna have to find a way to deal, heal, and surrender from that situation. I say it like that because that's what you do. After a breakup, that's my number one piece of advice. I made videos on it. Look it up. You deal with what happened, you heal from what happened, and you surrender that thing, that experience to the universe. I break it down even more in a video. Check it out. So what you should do, if you're watching this too and you have not healed from a previous situationship, a previous marriage, a previous friendship, it applies to all relationships across the board. You want to definitely not expect that person to give you anything. They don't owe you anything. They gave you what they got. And if what they had wasn't good enough, then you have to decide to move on. Now, this young lady is in a 2-year relationship. Now, I'm not sure if she's comparing this person to the other person. I'm not sure if she's still following this ex on social media and still lurking on their page. I'm not sure. I only got what she gave me. But I do know that if you're still bothered by an ex, you should have never hooked up with that next. And it's been 2 years, that's a big red flag. Like, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Of course, they only gave me what they got me, and that's what I'm giving you. However, messaging an ex for clarity, look, an ex can tell you anything, with a T, anything that they feel like it. So what's the point? Especially after 2 years, if she goes and reached out to this fella, he's probably gonna be like, girl, that was 2 years ago. What are you talking about? I don't even remember. We were only together for 3 months. What do you mean? We were together for 6 months. We weren't even together for a year. Like, why would I even remember? I done had 5 girlfriends since then. What if that's his response? Then what? Then now you're going to be real mad. You're going to be big mad. And then you're going to really be trying to come at him in the messages. And now you're arguing in the messages. And then your boyfriend is calling you on the other line. But you won't click over because you got the Twitter fingers. Like, do yourself a favor. Learn how to let things go. I remember the last guy who ghosted me. It's been a while. It's been years and years ago. But I remember reaching out for closure that he did not give me ever, still to this day. He just didn't give it, and he didn't decide that he wanted to, and he's not going to. So I can't imagine waiting 2 years, and it's been many years for me, and I can't imagine going back to this guy like, hey, bud, why did you ghost me? Like, why did you break? He didn't break up with me, but in this situation, like, why did you break up with me? Why did you end it? Like, what the heck happened? I need closure. You don't need closure. Closure, you know what closure is? Closure is when someone ghosts you. Closure is when someone shuts you out. Closure is when someone blocks you. Closure is when someone decides they don't want you in their life and they could care less about being in your life. That is all the closure that you need. So if you're watching this and you just can't seem to let it go, I need for you to not blame yourself. I need for you to not point the finger at yourself. I need for you to not assume it's another woman or another guy if you're watching this. Whoever, this applies to anyone. If you're a guy watching this and the girl just didn't choose you and she kind of flaked on you and then all of a sudden she quit answering your phone calls. It ain't you, brother. It ain't necessarily someone else. It might be them. At the end of the day, they might not be emotionally ready to connect. They might not be mature enough. They might be having some serious mental problems. You never know. That's why it's important that when someone doesn't give you closure, You close it. You decide that you're going to take whatever lessons that you learned in that experience and that you're going to heal from that experience if it was long term or short term. Because you can have short term trauma, just never know. Feelings grow, it just depends on the person. And you just want to make sure you're okay. And you want to definitely make sure you're okay before you bring someone else along into your life. Because this person, it's been 2 years. To me, that's a red flag. How much time in between did you get with this person before after the breakup? Because whoever's writing this, I'm going to write them back and tell them to come here and watch this video. So I'm talking to you that's watching the video. Like, girl, why did you get into another relationship if you were not over the last person? And closure, someone being hung up on closure means they can't let it go. Why can't you let it go? If you're with someone else and they're treating you right, it's been 2 years. Maybe you haven't. No, you've been with this person for 2 years. Because I was like, maybe it's just been 2 years since this happened. But you've been with them for 2 years. Closure, guys. Let's let it go. I had to learn to let that go 1,000 years ago. And it's been the best thing that I could do. I can't say that I've had similar dating experiences before I wised up. But I will say that I have met people in it along the way when dating, and it just hasn't worked out, and that is okay. I've learned how to accept when something just isn't right, whether I don't think it's a match for me or vice versa, period. You got to learn and understand that everyone that you want may not want you back, and maybe they do, and maybe it's just for a little while. You have to understand that that is okay. However, I'm telling you, there's always a lesson there. Figure out what that lesson is. If you don't know what that is, ask the universe. Hey, God, I can't seem to get over this. Lead me, order me, guide me so that I can use discernment, use common sense, and understand why this happened. And even if I can't understand it because I don't understand it, help me to move forward without being triggered and bothered about this previous experience. Help me to apply all my energy into myself first and then offer my mate of 2 years that same respect and that same energy that they're giving me. Help me to move past this so I can quit looking behind me and reach for what's directly in front of me. Gotta have that conversation. Gotta have that conversation with the universe or God or whoever you believe in. Have the conversation because nothing's holding you up. Nothing's keeping you from closure but yourself at the end of the day. Because I guarantee men move on pretty quick. And I guarantee this guy, if he hasn't reached out to you, that means he doesn't want to talk to you. So there is no need for you to go outside of your relationship and reach out to an ex. Because think about it. What if the man you're with right now reached out to his ex? Like, hey, I know it's been 2 years. I'm sure you've moved on. However, I don't understand why we broke up. That is a clear sign that that person, your boyfriend, let's say he did it, the scenario was on him, that looks like that he would want to get with her. So what do you think is going to happen? Let's just say you did message him, which I don't say do. Let's just say you did. And he wrote you back. And he was like, you know what? I was a fool. I had a lot going on. My mind wasn't right. I've been wanting to reach out to you. I know it's been 2 years. What do you say? Let's try to make it work. Can I take you to lunch? Then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna turn into a cheater? I mean, it's only gonna escalate. He could have that response if you write to him. The thing is, if you're not over him, just say that and own it, accept it, work through it if you want to be with who you're with. However, if you know that you can't pour the energy that you need to pour into this relationship and be respectful enough with this partner of yours that's loving you and you loving him, then you need to have a conversation with him and yourself, because you don't want to be halfway in a relationship because you're thinking back in your mind, in the back of your mind, about the shoulda, woulda, couldas and what didn't happen and how you don't have closure with a previous experience. So do yourself a favor, block that person out of your mind, focus on who you got in your life for the last 2 years, and focus on where you're going. All right. So that was my insight. I hope you liked it. The question again today was, I'm in a 2-year relationship now, but I am still bothered about my past relationship since there wasn't any closure. Should I message that person for clarity, To move on, I can't talk as fast with these retainers in my mouth. They're catching me up. I'm sorry, guys, if I stumbled over my words a little bit. So if you want to ask me a question, feel free to do so. Feel free to message me, DM me, inbox me, put it in the comments below. Email is always in the description, askbwiley at coachbwiley.com. You can always follow me. I'm on social media, Instagram, of course, here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Coach B. Wiley. I'm here for you to answer your questions all day, every day. All right, guys, talk to you later. Oh, thank you for watching.